The month of March is Pharmacy Appreciation Month. And to show our appreciation to our wonderful clients, the pharmacists and pharmacy owners in Ontario, I'll be doing a series of quick, short answers to legal questions that relate to pharmacy. Let's start. Question number 1. When buying a pharmacy, should you buy shares or assets? Okay, to answer this question, there are legal implications and accounting implications. From a legal perspective, when you're the buyer, it's a lot less liability on you to buy assets. Why? Because when you buy shares, you buy the entire company, you buy the entire corporation, and you take on all the liabilities of that corporation, the liabilities of the past, the present, and the future. You're now the new owner of the company. For example, if there's a lawsuit, a CRA audit involving a period of time before you took over, if you bought shares, it becomes your problem. On the other hand, if you just bought the assets, for the most part, these past liabilities would be the seller's problem. It would stay with the seller. From a liability perspective, it's better to buy assets, not shares. Now let's talk about the accounting. From the accounting side, sellers may be able to save a lot of taxes when selling shares using the lifetime capital gains tax exemption. So some sellers may insist on selling shares. This may then be a great opportunity for you as the buyer to negotiate a lower purchase price when buying shares because you're saving the seller a lot of taxes. So how do you protect yourself from liability when you're buying shares? Two of the things you can do are to get the seller to sign an indemnity agreement indemnifying you from liability up to the closing date. You should also ask for a holdback from the seller, which means you keep a portion of the purchase price with your lawyer or the seller's lawyer for a certain period of time after closing to cover certain unforeseen liabilities, if any. But if you choose to buy shares, when it comes time for you to sell the shares, you may be forced to sell shares. Otherwise, you may end up paying a lot more taxes if you sell assets. And there are also depreciation implications when buying assets versus shares, so make sure to talk to your accountant. So what's the answer? Assets or shares? Generally speaking, it's better to buy assets unless you get a good discount on the price of the shares that makes it worthwhile for you to assume the additional liabilities and the negative accounting implications. This is MARIANNE KERIAKOS, and happy Pharmacy Appreciation Month.